There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Colonel Buffalo Bill Cody, the founder and owner of the most famous Wild West show on earth. Tonight you will see the tempestuous and romantic story of Annie Oakley and Frank Butler, as featuring my celebrated troupe of cowboy actors and my fabulous cowboy band. And all of it as I have told it through the years, right here under my big top. So be with it just a minute while we finish getting set up. And here is our handsome and dashing leading man, Mr. Frank Butler.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. How you worried using half the night up, waiting till the morning papers came. And that moment when your face will light up to see the write-up and find your name.
And here's Mr. Butler's lovely assistant, Miss Dolly Tate.
The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down. The headaches, the heartaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town. The opening when your heart beats like a drum.
The closing when the customers won't come.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything inside you starts to shake up when your picture in the news appears. And the thrill each morning when you wake up with thoughts of makeup behind your ears. There's no people like show people, they don't run out of dough. Angels come from everywhere with lots of jack, and when you lose it, there's no attack. Where could you get money that you don't give back? Let's go on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the heart-stopping, knife-throwing team of Keeler and Tate.
No business like show business.
If you tell me it's so.
And here is the general manager of my show, Mr. Charlie Davenport, and the man who first discovered Annie Oakley, Mr. Foster Wilson, and the famous chief warrior, Chief Sitting Bull. And our lovely leading lady, Miss Annie Oakley, well, you'll meet her later. 1, 2,
There's no business like show business. There's no business like show business. There's no business like show business. Like no business I know. There's no business like show business. Like no business I know.
Traveling through the country is so thrilling. Standing at his front on opening night. Smiling as you watch the benches filling. And there's your living out there in light. In light. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Even with the turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't trade it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the...
Set up scene 1, the Wilson Arms Hotel, Cincinnati, Ohio. And step on it.
3, let's go.
On with the
What the heck is going on out here? What are all you people doing on my lawn? And what's the dickens of them guns for? You heading for an uprising or something?
I'm Charlie Davenport. I'm the general manager of Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. I haven't got time to talk right now. We're here to arrange a shooting match
What shooting match you talking about?
between Frank Butler and your best local shot.
Listen here, mister. This is my hotel. See that sign up there? It says Wilson. I'm Wilson. And this is my lawn, and you ain't having no darn shooting match on my lawn.
Mr. Wilson, this sure is your lucky day, because we're also going to be booking 10 of your best rooms.
Are you out your head? I had Pawnee Bill and his Far East band staying here, and all they did was chase women up and down my front stairs, and they did it on horseback.
Mr. Wilson, our folks would never dream of doing something like that. They're too refined. They'd do it on your back stairs. Come on, Mr. Wilson, what have you got to lose?
Oh, let's just see here. We got soap, we got bath mats, we got salt shakers, we got anything that's not nailed down. So for the last time, get off my lawn!
Mr. Wilson, Mr. Wilson.
With all the deluxe hotels here in Cincinnati, wouldn't you know we'd end up in something like this?
Would it be all right if I set down these bags, Miss Tate?
Set them down over there, Tommy, and be careful not to drop them. I've got all my beauty aids in there.
No wonder they're so heavy.
Why do you always have to treat Tommy like a bellboy? He is a very important part of the show, and I happen to be his assistant. The same as you and Frank Butler.
It's okay, Winnie. I really don't mind. Honest.
You see, even an Indian has more sense than you do.
Half Indian, sis.
That's the half I was talking to.
But you always treat him like he's some kind of uncivilized heathen.
I do not. Set down the bags and then you can go around back and set them up your teepee.
Sis, please stop.
It's okay, Winnie. Got a few things to do anyway.
Really, sis?
Winnie! When our mama was lying on her deathbed, she made me promise I'd protect you, my baby sister, from harm. And that's what I'm gonna do, even if it kills you.
I don't need protecting. And I'm not a child anymore. Tommy? Wait!
Winnie Tate, you come back here! Oh, hello, Frank.
Excuse me, will you, Dolly? I gotta prepare for the match.
Wait, Frank! I bet you haven't noticed where we are.
Where's that?
Cincinnati. Remember, Frank? We went walking along the shore.
There's no shore in Cincinnati, Dolly. You must be thinking of Cleveland.
Cleveland, Cincinnati. What's the difference? It was all very romantic.
There's nothing romantic about Cleveland, Dolly, especially when you and me are concerned.
Frank Butler, whatever are you talking about? We went walking along the shore, and after trying to touch various parts of my anatomy, you proposed to me.
Proposed? I admit I might have made a pass or two, but there's a mighty big difference between a pass and a proposal.
Not to a single woman of 34, there isn't.
Dadgum, Dolly. Whatever happened between us was then, not now. It's over and done with.
What? A girl can still hope, can't she?
Sure, still hope she's a girl.
Charlie, just the man I wanted to see. I don't much like this place picked out for the shooting match.
That's good, because you ain't got it.
Who says?
Mr. Wilson, the proprietor, he won't rent us any rooms either.
Well, I'm not sleeping in a tent again like that time in Schenectady.
There's nothing wrong with a tent, Dolly, so long as you keep your flap shut.
Are y'all still here?
Mr. Wilson, just the man I wanted to see. My name's Frank Butler, and I'm going to give you the chance to win $100.
You don't say.
That's right. You see, in every town, we play your best local shot.
Mr. Butler challenges the local champion to a shooting match.
And just who are you?
Well, I'm Mr. Butler's lovely assistant. He shoots things out of my mouth.
He doesn't shoot enough out of her mouth.
Here's the deal, Mr. Wilson. You round up your best local shot, and I'll put down $100 that I could outshoot him.
What do you take me for? There ain't nobody in all of Hamilton County who's as good as you think you are, so the answer still is no! No, and heavens no. No, no. What's the word to answer no for? I don't know.
I'll get one of the girls to go work on him. He looks like a bachelor. He might be lonesome.
I'll go tackle him.
He ain't that lonesome. I'll go talk to him myself. He'll probably come around once I start telling him how famous I am.
The trouble with him is he lacks confidence.
Give me that bird?
What bird? It's mine. I shot it.
Well, you shot it right off my hat.
No fooling. How'd it get up there?
Well, I sewed it up there.
What bird? Tain't no good. Tain't got no meat on it.
Well, it's not an eating bird, you ignorant creature. It's a wearing bird.
All right, but around these parts, you're going to have to keep sewing it on because folks will keep shooting it off.
Oh, look what you've done. You've gone and ruined it.
Don't get your giblets in a fuss. I'll give you one of mine.
Oh, get away from me with that nasty thing, you filthy ragamuffin.
She ain't nasty. She looks better than you, and she got a bullet through her head.
Was that a shot I heard out here?
Yes, it was. Watch out for that girl. If that's what she is under all that grime, she's got a gun.
Was it loaded?
Sure is, but I can empty it right quick. I wouldn't have really shot her. Buzzard ain't in season. Feller down the road a piece told me I might do some business here.
Business? What do you got?
Quails, geeses, grouses, ducks, possums, wild turkey, rabbits.
Nah, I got all the game I need.
Sure you do, but when folks eat the game you got, they spit out buckshot all over your floor. Some of their teeth too, probably. Mine's different. Come on out. Come on out. Shake your tails. The man won't chase you. He's a-waiting. Come on. My kid sisters and little brother, they ain't never been out of Dark County afore. Look a little dusty, don't they? We're all in business together. I pop them, she plucks them, and she pulls them.
Well, what's the boy do?
Oh, little Jake? Well, he's my bird dog. He's got a real good nose on him. Except now he's gone and catched himself a cold. Use your sleeve like everybody else, Jake. Jesse, show this gent one of them birds. Look it over, mister. No buckshot in that bird. Just one tiny little hole in its head.
That's some mighty pretty shooting.
For every one I give you, you gotta give me 2 nickels and a dime.
All right, I'll take 2 dozen.
How many's that?
24.
Who do we know who can count up to 24?
I can count up to 20.
I can only give you 20.
All right, just give me the bill with the birds.
Well, they all got bills, mister.
No, not bill. The invoice. You do know how to read and write, don't you?
We don't read as good as everybody.
We don't read as good as anybody.
Folks are dumb where I come from. They ain't had any learning. Still, we're happy as can be, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
Folks like us could never fuss with schools and books and learning. Still, we've gone from A to Z, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
You know, with the feller in the pale moonlight, you don't have to look in a book to find what he thinks of the moon and what is on his mind. That comes naturally.
That comes naturally.
Baby brother,
Who's never read a book?
have to.
Knows one sex from the other. All he had to do was look.
Grandpa Bill lives on a hill with someone he just married. There he is at 93, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
You don't have to come from a private school not to pick up a penny near a stubborn mule. You don't have to have a professor's dome not to go for the honey when the bee's at home. That comes naturally.
That comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
I promise ya, I know this next part. Sister Lou ain't gotta sue, although she goes out shopping. She gets all her stockings free, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
Sister Nell can't add or spell, but she left school with honors. She got every known degree for doing what comes naturally.
For doing what comes naturally.
You don't have to come from a great big town not to clean out a stable in an evening gown. You don't have to mix with the Vanderbilts not to take off your panties when you're wearing kilts. That comes naturally.
That comes naturally.
My mother's cousin Carrie would never change her name. She doesn't want to marry, and her children feel the same. Sister Rose has lots of beaux, although we have no parlor. She does fine behind a tree, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally. All right, just take the birds back to the kitchen, please.
You heard the band. Go on, get.
Say, you're pretty good with that gun, ain't you?
I've been shooting since I was 10.
Does that include any fancy shooting?
Fancy shooting? Why, I could shoot the fuzz off in a peach. I could shoot the stinger off in a bee. Most of the time, I don't even aim. I just shoot. See that rooster's head back there? Now you don't?
Well, holy jumping Jehoshaphat, that's the darndest thing I'd ever seen.
That's worth nothing. Turn sideways. I'll shoot the specks right off your nose.
Oh, no. That won't be necessary. Say, how would you like to earn $5?
Well, doing what?
Well, there's this big swollen-headed stiff from the Wild Wild West.
I don't shoot people.
No. He's challenged anybody in Hamilton County on a shooting match.
Well, where is he? I can hit anything he can hit, and I'll do it standing on my head singing Swanee River.
Well, I gotta warn you, you don't get nothing if you lose.
Lose, that's a good one, mister. I can't lose.
You stay right here. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
Annie Oakley.
Don't go away, Annie.
All right, Betsy, let's get you cleaned up. How'd you get your nose so dirty?
What's that you got there, girl?
What does it look like?
A beast of dickens out of me. It could be anything. I don't suppose it's a rifle now, is it?
Ain't you got eyes? Yeah, you got eyes.
Let me see that piece of junk for a second. You know you shouldn't be messing around with an old piece of junk like this, right? You wouldn't like it if the dang thing exploded and blew your ears off now, would you? So you just go home and give it to your pappy and grab yourself a pair of knit needles, you hear? So long, honey.
Hey, mister, do you think it'd be safe to keep it for a couple hours more?
Makes no difference to me. I just don't want you to hurt yourself, that's all.
I just need to know because I'm about to go win this contest off in a big swollen-headed stiff from the Wild West show.
You talking about Frank Butler?
They didn't tell me his name. They just said this big swollen-headed stiff.
Yeah, I heard that part. Did they also mention that he's a champion?
A what?
Champion means he's the best.
Was the best.
Yeah, well, anyway, he wouldn't shoot against no girls neither.
He ain't got a choice. He said anybody, and I'm anybody, all right. Besides, I don't shoot like a girl.
What's it you shoot like?
A champion.
You're pretty stuck on yourself now, ain't you?
Well, about that I am. But as soon as I set old Betsy here down and I start shining up to folks, I'm gawky as a scrub oak. Ain't I?
I don't know, I've seen worse than you.
Oh, that's the nicest thing I ever heard. Say you wouldn't mind sticking around and bringing me luck.
The way you put it, it's that big swollen-headed stiff that's gonna need all the luck.
Well, all right, but when I'm up there and I'm looking out at all them people, I'll be looking for you.
Don't worry, honey, you'll find me. So long.
Wait, where are you going? Don't you like me?
Sure, I like you fine. I just gotta go now, that's all.
I guess I ain't exactly your type.
Look, honey, let's not do this.
So what exactly is your type?
Well, if you must know, I like the kind of girl who's, well, kind of dainty. You know, the one who faints when she sees a mouse.
And I guess I'm the type who sees a mouse and the mouse faints.
I didn't say that. Look, you don't mind if we drop the subject now, do you?
Oh, I don't mind. So she's got to be dainty. What else?
You really want to hear this?
I sure do.
The girl that I marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery. The girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne. Her nails will be polished and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia, and I'll be there instead of flitting. I'll be sitting next to her and she'll purr like a kitten. Odds all I can carry, the girl that I marry must be All right. Oh, you heard it. I gotta go now. Bye.
Her nails will be polished and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia and he'll be there. Instead of flitting, he'll be sitting next to her and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll he can carry, the girl that he'll marry. Oh, my mother was frightened by a shotgun, they say. That's why I'm such a wonderful shot. I'd be out in the cactus and I'd practice all day. And now tell me, what have I got? I'm quick on the trigger with targets not much bigger than a pinpoint. I'm number one. But my score with the feller is lower than a cellar. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. When I'm with a pistol, I sparkle like a crystal. Yes, I shine like the morning sun. But I lose all my luster when with a Bronco Buster. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. With a gun, with a gun. No, you can't get a man with a gun. If I went to battle with someone's herd of cattle, you'd have steak when the job was done. But if I shot the herder, they'd holler bloody murder. And you can't get a hug from a mug with a slug. No, you can't get a man with a gun. The girls with umbrellas are always out with fellers in the rain or the blazing sun. But a man never trifles with gals who carry rifles. No, you can't get a man with a gun. Give me crickets. No, you can't get a man with a gun. With a gun, with a gun. No, you can't get a man with a gun. A Tom, Dick, or Harry will build a house for Carrie when the preacher has made them one. But he can't build you houses with buckshot in his trousers, and you can't shoot a male in the tail like a quail. No, you can't get a man with a
Ladies and gentlemen, it is always a pleasure to return to my favorite state in the Union, the state of, where are we? Ohio. I am here today to referee a contest of fancy shooting between Mr. Frank Butler, the best marksman in the world, and the best marksman that your county has to offer. Is Mr. Butler's opponent present?
Is your shooter here?
Sure is. Annie.
Annie?
Annie?
Annie. Someone calling me?
Here she is. My choice to compete against Mr. Frank Butler.
Well, what's so dadgum funny about that?
What are you trying to do, get us laughed out of town? No, sir, we are not going through with this.
You ain't got no choice. You told me anybody I could dig up.
Yeah, but
I'm what come up on the shovel.
What are we gonna do, BB?
Why, nothing. This little lady has accepted our challenge.
Are you really Buffalo Bill?
Nobody else.
Oh, I'm Annie Oakley.
Why, Miss Oakley, I'm delighted.
You are?
Mr. Butler's charming assistant, Miss Dolly Tate.
Move, please. Coming through.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'd like to introduce my free charming assistants, Jessie, Nellie, and Little Jake.
Hip.
Ain't we got a tablecloth? Hip.
Hip.
Hip. What in the heck are we doing?
And now, the famous Mr. Frank Butler.
Howdy, I told you I'd be here, didn't I?
Yeah, but you didn't say that she was the...
The big swollen-headed stiff.
Is the competition ready to begin? Mr. Butler, Miss Oakley,
Ready.
this will be a contest of straight shooting using clay pigeons
Pigeons?
made of clay. Since you are the challenger, you will shoot first. When you're ready, you just say, pull.
Just say what?
Pull.
Paul? Shoot, Annie. Take no pigeon. Shoot.
Hit. Pull. Hit.
You see this, kids? This little round thing goes flying through the air every time you holler, Paul!
Hit.
Dolly, why don't you be a dear and hold up that mirror for me?
Watch this one.
Pull. Hit.
Give me that. Paul!
Hit.
Nice shooting.
Thank you.
Pull. Hit.
Paul!
Hit. Pull. Hit.
Paul!
Hit. One more, Mr. Butler. Pull. Hit. 5-5, the match is even.
Let's call it a draw.
No, I think we'll keep shooting until somebody misses. Miss Oakley, you may continue.
Paul!
Hit. Pull. Hit.
Paul!
Hit. Pull.
Paul!
Hit. Pull. A miss. Frank missed. I declare the winner of this competition, Miss Annie Oakley.
She did it! She did it! I win $100.
Nice work.
Magnificent exhibition, Miss Oakley. You are a tremendous shot.
Tweren't nothing, Mr. Buffalo. Easy as pie. You aren't mad at me, are you?
Heck no, anybody can miss a shot.
I can't.
Of course not, you're too good.
Hey, Frank, come here a minute.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it was just dumb luck.
Buzzard.
Hey, Annie, that was some mighty fine shooting. You ought to be real proud of yourself.
Yeah, real proud.
Here's $5, just like I promised. Thank you, Annie. You did real fine.
No, absolutely not. I've always worked alone and I always will.
Listen, Frank, we haven't been doing all too good lately. Pony Bill's been out joining us in every town we get to.
It'll be a novelty, Frank. Something people have never seen before. A girl who can shoot like that.
I don't need any partners.
Who said anything about partners? She'll be your assistant.
Already got an assistant.
So you'll have two, and every once in a while you'll let her shoot at something, like the egg off the poodle's head.
And Frank, she's kind of a pretty girl under there somewhere.
Of course, she looks all ratty now, but once we get her cleaned up and dressed proper, it'll be...
Stop kidding yourself. She's never going to be happy just standing there, handing me things.
Oh, yes, she would. You kids run along now. I'll hand you things, Mr. Butler. I'll do whatever you say.
Why would you do something like that?
Well, just so I can be with you.
You ever been out of town before?
You mean I'd have to leave home?
Oh, Annie, we travel all over the country.
You ever been on a railroad car?
Nope.
Have you ever stayed in a hotel before?
No.
You ever eaten in a restaurant?
Nope.
Well, have you ever...
Nope.
Do you know anything about show business?
Show business? What's that?
The cowboys, the wrestlers, the tumblers, the clowns, the roustabout to move the show at dawn.
The music, the spotlights, the people, the towns, your luggage with the labels pasted on.
The sawdust and the horses and the smells. The towel you've taken from the last hotel. There's no business like show business, like no business I know.
Everything about it is appealing.
Everything the traffic will allow.
Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low.
Yesterday they told you you would not go far.
That night you opened and there you are.
Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show.
Set up scene 2, the overland steam train.
Let's go on with the show.
Did you see my review in the Gazette? Look, Princess Running-Doe rides a horse like she was born in the saddle. This critic's much smarter than the last one.
Didn't I tell you they were in here? White Feather, you know you people shouldn't be in this car.
We have permission to be here.
Oh, really? Where's your reservation?
In South Dakota.
are nothing but a bunch of savages.
Savages? Where?
I think you folks ought to break up camp in here and go on back to your own car. Go on. I wonder who told them they could come in here.
Who do you think? A certain scruffy little prairie chicken named Annie Oakley.
Something wrong?
This is all her fault. She's caused nothing but trouble since the moment she joined us 6 weeks ago.
I already said I was sorry about little Jake setting fire to your wig, didn't I?
If only she hadn't been wearing it at the time.
Charlie Davenport, I insist you give her a piece of your mind.
Give her a piece of yours, Dolly, if you can spare it.
Thank you very much. You really hate me, don't you?
He sure does. Why do you hate poor Miss Tate? Why does everybody hate poor Miss Tate?
That does it. Either that person goes or I stay.
I know deep down she seems like a mean, treacherous woman, but underneath, she's a totally rotten person.
First call for supper in the dining car ahead.
Ain't you two gonna eat supper? I hear tell kissing works up a mighty appetite.
The only time we can be alone is while Dolly's eating.
What's she got to do with it?
She is dead set against Massey and Tommy.
On account of me being one half Indian.
What's the other half?
Irish.
Well, ain't it a small world? I'm half Irish myself.
No fooling.
Don't let Dolly get you down, Tommy. The Indians are a real fine folk. It's the Irish I'm not too sure about.
Hey, I almost forgot. I saved something for you. I cut it out of the newspaper. It says something real nice.
About me? No fooling.
Aren't you gonna read it now?
I think I'm just gonna save it for dessert. Little Jake, ain't it time for you and me to be doing some homework?
I'm hungry, Annie.
Homework's important, little Jake. How's a person gonna learn to read if you don't teach me how?
But I'm powerful hungry, Annie.
All right, we'll get you filled up and then you can teach me.
It's no use, Tommy. We can't get married. We don't have a plug nickel between the two of us.
Stop fretting, Winnie. Money can't buy what we're gonna have.
You mean poverty?
It's not about how much you have, Winnie. It's who you share it with. What is mine, dear, will be yours when the sun shines and when it pours. Summer, winter, fall or spring, 50-50 in everything. Haven't got much, even that much to my name. Fortune's door shut, can't get in, but just the same. My ear for music, my feet for dancing, my lips for kissing, I'll share it all with you. My sense of humor, my disposition, my rosy future, I'll share it all with you. Someday, honey, I'll have money. You know what that brings? Furs and diamond rings. And besides those things, there'll be my
Yes!
Ear for music.
my
Yes!
Feet for dancing.
my
Yes!
Lips for kissing.
I'll share it all with you. Share it all. Ooh, I'll share it all. Ooh, I'll share it all.
got work to do, little Jake. What would Frank think if he knew I couldn't read?
All right, what's the first word right here?
I don't know. I ain't never seen it before.
Sound it out, Annie.
Frank. Well, now that I said it, what the heck is it?
Frank.
Frank! Frank, what a right pretty word.
You
Frank.
calling me?
Oh, I was just learning little Jake here how to do his reading, but he sure is thick-headed, ain't you, Jake?
I sure am thick-headed.
Right, now you run along and go get your dinner.
Well, I just say.
You're a growing boy. Go eat again. Go on. Get. I was reading something nice about us in the paper. Want to read it?
No, you read it to me.
I want to hear what it sounds like when you speak it.
Frank Butler's assistant, whose name is not on the program, performed only one trick, but she promises to become a fine marksman.
Real nice of the paper man.
You know, folks are starting to notice you, Annie. The other day I talked Charlie into putting your name on the billboard.
And in the program, too?
What the heck, why not? And I even told him I was going to let you shoot the egg off the poodle's head. Think you can handle that?
Can I? I can hit it without breaking the yoke.
All right, you can start Minneapolis, but you don't want to be moving on up too fast.
All I want to be is softer and pinker, like the kind of girl that you said you like.
I gotta say, you're looking softer and pinker every day.
That ain't just a load of hogwash, is it?
What if one day I even decided to make you my partner?
Oh,
Butler and Oakley.
oh, you can't mean it.
Never wanted a partner before, but maybe now I just might.
I can see it too. Oakley and Butler.
Butler and Oakley. It's gotta be in alphabetical order. It's a old show business rule.
If and you say so.
That's my girl.
Am I your girl, Frank?
I don't know. I ain't really thought about it.
Think about it.
You're not only looking better, you're smelling better too.
I've been bathing regular.
And it's funny about your eyes.
What about them?
You got them.
2 of them.
I ain't never noticed it before, but they're looking all sparkly.
That's because of what they're looking at.
Can I make up the bunk for you folks?
Well, it's looking like it's getting to be bedtime, so I better mosey on back to my car.
I can mosey on back with you.
No, you better stay here. We'll both sleep a lot better. Good night.
Annie, you got to help us.
We've got an emergency. Pawnee Bill's opening up against us in Minneapolis.
He's trying to sign up Sitting Bull, the famous Sioux warrior.
So we've got to come up with a big attraction of our own.
And a girl who can shoot good and looks something like a lady is a pretty good attraction.
So we want you to do that new trick that you've been practicing.
Shh. I've been saving that to surprise Frank.
Well, you can surprise him in Minneapolis.
So soon? I don't think he'd like that.
Of course he would. It's like a fairy tale. Here he thinks you're nothing but a moth-eaten little dame from the tall grass.
He don't think that.
I agree with her, Charlie. I think he likes her a little.
He likes me a heap.
He ain't asked you to marry him, has he?
Well, the heap ain't growed that big yet. I just gotta get him, Charlie. How do I get him?
What you gotta do is drive him loco. When he sees you, step out there in that beautiful costume looking like $1 million with all the lights and the music, and then...
Instead of shooting the egg off the poodle's head...
You do this great trick that you perfected just for him. You save the show and marry Frank.
How does that sound?
Oh, just like a fairy tale. Now you're sure he's gonna like it?
He'll love it. Who doesn't love a surprise?
Oh, yeah. This is great, Annie. Just great. Come on, BB. We got to send a lot of telegrams to the newspapers.
Fairy tale. All ready for bed?
Yep.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yep.
All of them?
Yep.
Well, get in there.
Sing us a song, Annie. Just like Mama used to do.
No, every time I sing you to sleep, you stay awake and I fall asleep.
Please, Annie. Please.
Close your eyes first. Behind the hill, there's a busy little still where your
busy little still where your pappy's working in the moonlight. Your loving pa isn't quite within the law, so he's hiding there behind the hill. Bye bye, baby, stop your yawning. Don't cry, baby, day will be dawning. And when it does, from the mountain where he was, he'll be coming with a jug of moonshine.
So count your sheep, Mama, sing you to sleep with the moonshine lullaby.
Dream of happy, very happy, with a jug of mountain rye.
So count your sheep, Mama, sing you to sleep with the moonshine lullaby. Mwah. Good night, kids. Mwah.
Night, Annie.
Set up scene 3, the Minneapolis Fairgrounds.
So count your sheep, Mama, singing you to sleep with the moonshine
Seriously, it's got to be better than that. Not bad.
You're driving the company pretty hard, aren't you, BB?
They've got to rehearse, Charlie. That Pawnee Bill opening up against us here in Minneapolis. I can't take any chance of him getting better reviews than we get, especially when he's going around telling everybody that he's got Chief Sitting Bull under his thumb.
I hear that Indian's so ferocious he can slaughter a whole den of grizzly bears, single-handed.
Pawnee Bill's been a burr under my saddle ever since that phony stole the idea for his show right out from under my nose. Well, that horny toad, I tell you what, he's nothing but a lying, cheating, mangy son of a...
You big bandit. It's great to see you.
Well, Pawnee Bill, if it isn't my best friend and old sidekick. How are you, you old pirate?
You fellas, you know Chief Sitting Bull.
Oh,
the man who brought down General George Custer.
Never had the pleasure.
How?
How?
It's business.
Yeah. So, Pawnee Bill, what brings you here?
I was hoping you'd extend me the professional courtesy of letting me take a gander at that new phenom whose picture you've plastered all over town.
You're talking about Annie Oakley. Well, I'd be delighted. Mac, hey Mac, put our distinguished guest in my private box.
Fine, fine. Come along, Chief.
All right, everyone. It's time to get ready for the show. Move along.
Good face.
Wait till you see her shoot.
So, you're thinking of joining up with Pawnee Bill, Chief?
No, on my way home from Washington.
Oh, what were you doing there, Chief?
Sitting Bull went to talk to Great White Father about Indian territory.
Oh, they gave you a bad shuffle on that piece of land.
Can't even farm it, can you?
Nothing will grow.
That's too bad.
Yes, too much oil.
Too much oil. Tough break, Chief. How you gonna live? You can't drink the oil.
No, we'll have to sell oil. Sell 50,000 barrels a day.
50,000.
It's worth a try.
So, tell me, Chief, what are you planning on doing with all of that wampum?
I'm planning on opening gambling hall on my reservation.
Rotten idea, Chief. But for a relatively small amount, you could be the major backer of our Wild West show.
Sitting Bull lived by 3 rules. Don't eat red meat. Don't get feet wet. And don't put money in show business.
Let's talk, Chief. Let's talk. 50,000 barrels.
How the heck did we ever get this country away from them?
Charlie!
What? Oh, great poster, ain't it? You like it, right?
I like it wrong. Her picture's bigger than mine.
I figured you'd like it, you being stuck on her and all.
Stuck on her? Who said I was stuck on her? And even if I was stuck on her, which I ain't saying I am, I'd like to stay stuck on her, which is something I couldn't do unless I was top dog. Any man would feel the same way, Charlie.
Charlie, what was Frank so head up about?
He doesn't like Annie's poster.
Oh, I was afraid of that. Well, you think we ought to go ahead with the big surprise?
Oughta? We gotta. If Annie doesn't draw big business, we won't have enough dough to get out of town.
All right, I better go see if that big trick's going to be ready on time.
Charlie, I can't find Winnie. I've looked for her everywhere. Something terrible's happened to her. I feel it in my bones. And there's only one person around here who's low enough to corrupt a person's sweet, innocent, almost as pretty as I am, baby sister.
It wasn't me.
Just stay quiet. I want to make sure the coast is clear.
And we all know who that person is.
Coast ain't clear.
No. Please don't leave us here alone.
You're not alone now, darling. You got a husband.
Husband? Did I hear the word husband? Don't tell me you married that little redskin.
Half redskin.
And it so happens she loves this half redskin.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a lot of little quarter redskin babies.
Oh. This is all you're doing, isn't it?
If and you mean, did I help them? Yes, ma'am, I did. They love each other, and that's all that matters.
What did I do to deserve this? If our mama was alive, she'd be turning over in her grave. Oh, Charlie, we quit. I give you our notice commencing right now. I'm leaving, and I'm taking my baby sister with me.
I'm sorry, sis. I'm not leaving my husband.
Oh, that's what you think. You're only 17 years old, which means she's underage. As her legal guardian, I'll have it annulled.
Dolly.
Maybe you ought to let her go.
Let her go? Heck, I'm gonna go help her pack.
She really means it about having annulled.
What if she does? Sooner or later, you're going to be 18, and then you can just go and null it up all over again.
Annie, you ain't got much time. You're on right after the Rough Riders.
Oh, shoot.
Annie, look!
What? Oh, it's only me. It's me! Oh, go get Frank. I want him to see this.
Just think, yesterday you were polishing Frank Butler's guns.
And today, your biggest star is his.
Come on.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. All made up and soon you'll be appearing. Every bit of nervousness is gone. Then the sound that's music to your hearing, to hear them cheering when you come on. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. How I wish the folks at home could only see what's come to Annie, how proud they'd be. Getting paid for doing what comes naturally. Let's go on with the show.
Annie, don't you look elegant?
Ain't I grown in the past few days, Frank?
Yes.
Beats the dickens, don't it?
Shut up like a ragweed.
Beats the dickens.
I hope you don't get to like it too much though, honey, because it ain't gonna be there next week.
Why not?
Look, I gave you a few extra tricks, but it doesn't exactly add up to star billing. It took me years to get that. You don't mind, do you, honey?
I guess not.
That's my girl.
That's the second time you've said that. I've been feeling kind of funny lately, Frank. I ain't been hungry, and I'm always hungry. And I've been staring at the moon a lot. Is that what love does to you?
Ain't you ever been in love before?
Oh, sure, dozens of times.
I mean with someone who loved you back.
Oh, then I guess not. But I hear tell about it. They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful. So they say. And with the moon up above, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So they tell me. I can't recall who said it. I know I never read it. I only know they tell me that love is grand. And the thing that's known as romance is wonderful, wonderful in every way. So they say.
Rumors fly and they often leave a town. But you've come to the right place to find out. Everything that you've heard is really so. I've been there once or twice, and I should know. They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful. So they say. And with the moon up above, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So they tell you. You leave your house one morning, and without any warning, you're stopping people shouting that love is grand. And the thing that's known as romance is wonderful, wonderful in every way.
I should say. You'll be sure to watch me this afternoon, won't you, Frank?
I can't. I'll be getting on my horse for the big flash finish.
Oh, but you gotta. You just gotta.
Come on. I've seen that poodle trick a dozen times.
I know, but this time it's gonna be different. I'm not gonna. I mean, I am gonna. What I mean is, when you see me out there with all the lights shining on me and the music playing, you're gonna.
What am I gonna?
Bust your buttons, and then just like that, at the end of the fairy tale, you'll asked me to do something and to be somebody. And I'm telling you in advance, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be it.
What if I was to ask you in advance right now?
No, that's not the way that I planned it. Besides, I got to go get ready now. Frank, could you touch me for luck? Huh?
We come to the surprise main attraction. For the first time anywhere,
Bill, I've had my way with so many girls, and it was lots of fun. My system was to know many girls. It's what keep me safe from one. I find it can't be done.
Frank? You coming with us?
We'll paint the town red.
Sorry, fellas. Afraid I can't make it. I'm getting engaged tonight.
What?
My defenses are down. She's broken my resistance, and I don't know where I am. I went into the fight like a lion, but I came out like a lamb. My defenses are down. She's got me where she wants me, and I can't escape no how. I could speak to my heart when it weakened, but my heart won't listen now. Like a toothless, clawless tiger, like an organ grinder's bear, like a knight without his armor, like Samson without his hair. My defenses are down. I might as well surrender, for the battle can't be won. But I must confess that I like it, so there's nothing to be done. Yes, I must confess that I like it, being miserable is gonna be fun.
His defenses are down.
I went into the fight like a lion,
But you came out like a lamb.
my defenses are down.
You might as well surrender, for the battle can't be won.
But I must confess that I like it, so there's nothing to be done.
Yes, you must confess that you like it,
being miserable is gonna be fun. Let me do it, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, several weeks ago, a very special young lady joined our show, and tonight, for the first time anywhere, she's gonna perform this little trick that I taught her. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy. What the heck?
Ready?
There's no time to lose, kids. Finish setting up scene 4, Annie's dressing tent.
That was the most exciting thing that ever was! All them folks screaming, yelling about Annie. It was the bestest thing I ever seen in my whole life.
Where is she? Where is our exciting new attraction?
If you mean Annie, she ain't here right now.
Well, go tell her we're waiting on her. Go hurry her up. I've never seen the audience whoop it up like that.
And did you see Chief Sitting Bull? He fell out of his chair twice.
I tell you what, that girl's worth $1 million.
Well, don't mention that particular figure to her when you see her. Frank, what are you doing here? You're on in just a minute.
Like the Dickens I am, you expect me to go out there on only one measly old horse after that display of fireworks? What kind of fool do you take me for?
No wonder why her picture's plastered all over town, and her pretending to be so innocent.
Don't go blaming Annie. She only wanted to surprise you, Frank.
Well, she sure did, and I bet the two of you put her up to it, too. There I was, expecting her to chop an egg off little Poodle's head, when instead she comes in getting off more rounds than they fired at Gettysburg.
The little sneak. She's playing you for a sucker, Frank.
Well, that's what I am, all right. I was crazy over that girl. There, I admit it. I was darn near ready to marry her. I thought she was sweet and simple. Simple. In 2 weeks, I probably would have been her assistant. Probably cooking for her, too.
Frank! 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 Did you see it? Did you like it? Were you surprised?
You could say that. In fact, you could say it was the biggest darn surprise of my whole life.
I knew you'd like it! Now y'all leave so we can be alone.
Where is Annie Oakley? Where is she?
Here she is, Chief Sitting Bull. Annie, meet Chief Sitting Bull.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bull. This here's my best friend and soon to be intended, Mr. Frank Butler.
You in show too?
In the show? Why, Frank is the show. He's the star.
Star?
It means he's the best.
No, Annie Oakley is the best.
You like her, Chief?
Good girl, good girl.
See, Annie, he wants to be your friend.
No, That friend, Sitting Bull want to make Annie Oakley his daughter. I give you Indian name, Watanya Chikela, Little Sure Shot. And here, Claw of Mini Bear. And now, to help his daughter, Sitting Bull break lifelong rule and put money into show business.
Did I hear you right, Chief?
Annie, we're made. With you and Chief Sitting Bull, we'll go to New York City. We'll play Madison Square Garden. We'll go to all the capitals of Europe. We'll play for royalty. We'll make a fortune!
Come on, BB. We got plans to make.
Oh, this is so exciting. I get a new papa and a new husband all in one day. Ain't that right, Frank? Frank? Where did
Here's
Frank
a letter
go?
for you, Annie.
Oh, I ain't never got a letter before. Who's it from? It's from Frank.
Daughter's best friend.
That's right, Papa Bull. Papa, can you read writing?
Yes. Dear Annie,
What's the matter? Go on.
I am leaving tonight to join Pawnee Bill's show. I am going to do my old act with Dolly.
What's he talking about?
You're a smart girl, Annie. Too smart for me.
What does he mean, too smart? And why did I... No, I'm gonna keep it, and then someday I'm gonna read it for myself. Papa Bull, what am I gonna do?
Never mind, Annie. You are still best shot in the whole world.
Yeah, right. I'm quick on the trigger with targets not much bigger than a pinpoint. I'm number one. But my score with valor is lower than I said. And now you can't get a man with a gun.
A montage of Buffalo Bill's European tour.
Woo! We are amused.
Nostrovia.
Bravissima!
Ooh la la.
Set up scene 5, the deck of a cattle boat.
So they say.
Sitting Bull, check.
Charlie Davenport, check.
Well, I'll open for $2.
Sitting Bull, stay.
I stay.
All right. How many cards, Chief?
Sitting Bull, take 1.
I told you never to draw to an inside straight.
I'll take 3.
3. And the dealer takes 2. Well, I'll bid $5.
Sitting Bull, raise $5.
I fold.
Chief, you can't tell me that you drew that last card for your straight, so I've just got to see what you have. I have 3 10s.
Sitting Bull, have 4 8s.
4 8s? You mean you drew that 4th A?
No, already had 4 8s.
If you had 4 8s, why did you draw a card?
To keep Buffalo Bill in game.
I thought you said you never played poker before.
Buffalo Bill said learning game was easy. Buffalo Bill was right.
I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Annie. We're not going to have any more food until we dock in New York City.
Well, if that there's New York, why can't we land on it?
We're waiting until midnight so that we could sneak ashore without anyone seeing us make our triumphant return on a cattle boat.
I'll give it to you in a nutshell, Annie. Our European tour was a big artistic success. But it takes a heap of money to move our troupe all over the world.
Heap big heap. Sitting Bull lose all his money.
Oh, but Papa Bull, what about all that oil on your reservation?
No more oil. Great White Father take it all for himself. He's some big Indian giver.
I didn't want to tell you, Annie. I didn't want to distract you while you were shooting at all those crowned heads. But the problems with kings and queens is that they give you medals instead of money. And so, we're broke. I'm going to have to break up the show.
Oh, but you can't do that, Colonel Bill.
Look, there's a launch pulling up alongside, and guess who's on it?
Unless it's John D. Rockefeller, I ain't interested.
It sure looks like Frank Butler.
Now I ain't interested.
Well, come take a look, Annie. They're lowering the rope ladder down for him right now.
No, Tommy. If he sets foot on this boat, I'll go right down to my stall.
No, Annie. Stay. Talk.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk. I'll say, what are you doing here, you big swollen-headed stiff? And he'll say, I'll just come out to meet you, honey. And then I'll say, don't you honey me. And I'll add on, because I ain't through yet. You thought I double-crossed you, that I was trying to show you up. And I only did that trick to make you love me more. Why didn't you love me more? Why didn't you write? And then he'll say, because I was too ashamed. Besides, not writing doesn't mean somebody don't love somebody. I've been eating my heart out for you, honey. Can't work, can't sleep. And then I'll say, I ain't been sleeping much neither, Frank. And then he'll say, Annie, We both just gotta get some sleep. And then later on, because he ain't through yet, oh, Annie, I love you so. And then I'll say, well, I love you back. And then there won't be nothing left to say, Annie. And I'll say, Frank! Frank! Oh, Frank! Hey, you ain't Frank.
No, but I sure wish I was.
What's the big idea disguising yourself and getting me to hug you like that?
Annie, the man didn't mean anything.
Oh, yes, he did. He gave me an appetite I didn't want to get.
Colonel Cody, I've been looking at all the ships in the harbor looking for you.
Well, who are you, sir?
I just brung a message from Pawnee Bill. I've been working with him over at the Madison Square Garden.
Pawnee Bill's playing Madison Square Garden?
Yep, been there for 3 weeks. He's packing them in, all them society girls.
Society ladies?
Young girls in long white gloves.
Is Winnie Keeler with the show?
Winnie who?
Winnie Keeler, my wife.
Come on, Tommy. You know Dolly had that marriage annulled.
Oh, Dolly's sister, that sweet little Winnie Tate. Yeah, she's there.
Those long pair of black gloves you mentioned, any particular pair that Frank Butler is partial to?
It's hard to keep track.
Oh.
Here's the message Pawnee Bill sent you. He told me to wait for a reply.
Tommy, why don't you take the gentleman downstairs? Maybe you can find out a little more about Winnie.
Let me read that. Dear old pal, welcome home, you scrawny old millionaire. How about it if I threw you all a big reception tomorrow night at the Hotel
Brevoort.
I'd have got it. Brevoort. This town can't hardly wait to meet you all. Frank will be bringing all his rich society ladies. White gloves.
Go on.
I won't take no for an answer, your old pal Pawnee Bill.
Well, BB, looks like your old pal beat us out again. Our show's good and we're sneaking into town, and his is lousy and he's playing at Madison Square Garden.
Charlie, one smart paleface. Pawnee Bill's show, lousy but rich. Buffalo Bill's show, good but poor. Together, they would be good and rich.
Why, SB, you're a genius.
But
we got the talent, and they got the money. The two shows could merge together.
What do you say, Annie?
If the two shows could merge, that would make it a lot easier for Frank and I to do a little merging of our own.
But do you think Pawnee Bill's going to go for it?
Pawnee Bill's not the one I'm worried about. It's Dolly. You soft soap Pawnee Bill, I'll handle Dolly.
And I'll handle Frank. And I won't need no pair of long white gloves to do it neither. I just need my low cut in the front dress and I'll show him a thing or two. And I'm gonna wear all my medals.
Come on, BB. Let's go tell that messenger that wild horses couldn't keep us away from that party tomorrow. Come on, Chief. Are you coming, Annie?
No, I'm just gonna sit here a spell and think about how he's gonna feel when I see him again and how I'm gonna feel.
Don't ask me just how it happened. I wish I knew. I can't believe that it happened, and still it's true. I got lost in his arms, and I had to say it was dark in his arms, and I lost my way. From the dark came a voice, and it seemed to say, there you go,
Scene 6, the Brevoort Ballroom.
Winnie? Winnie?
Tommy?
Winnie?
Oh, excuse me, it's just an old husband of mine. Tommy, I'm so glad you're here.
You think I could get arrested for kissing a minor in public?
I turned 18 last week. You can kiss me anywhere you'd like.
Now that's something I could get arrested for.
People are watching. Maybe we better dance.
How's your sister?
Still my sister, but now that you're terribly rich, maybe she's ready to reconsider.
Rich?
We heard you were the toast of Europe.
Toast, right.
With all that success, I'm sure you've forgotten all about your old wife.
I certainly did not. But what about you with all these sharp New York slickers circling around? How do I know you didn't forget?
All you've got to do is ask, Tommy.
Right. All right. I've got the question, I've had it for days.
I've got the answer, dear.
I'll put the question in one little phrase.
I'll say what you wanna hear.
Who do you love? I hope. Who would you kiss? I hope. Who is it going to be? I hope, I hope, I hope it's me.
Who do you want? I hope. Who do you need? I hope. Who is it going to be? I hope, I hope, I hope it's me.
Is it the baker who gave you a cake? I saw that look in his eye. Is it the butcher who brought you a steak? Say that it is and I'll die. Who do you love? I hope.
Who would you kiss? I hope.
Who is it going to be? I hope, I hope, I hope it's me.
Is it the blondie who acted so shy? I heard the things that she said. Is it the redhead who gave you the eye? Say that it is and you're dead. Who do you love?
I hope.
Who would you kiss?
I hope.
Who is it going to be?
I hope.
I hope.
I hope.
I hope.
I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope.
Who do you love? I hope. Who would you kiss? I hope. Who is it going to be?
I hope, I hope, I hope.
I hope, I hope, I hope.
I really hope it's him. I hope it's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hostess for the evening, Miss Dolly Tate.
Oh, come on, we gotta get out of here.
I thought you said she might be ready to reconsider.
I don't care what she's ready to do. I'm ready to get married again, and no one's gonna stop us.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to our little party, everyone. Good evening.
Our host, Major Pawnee Bill, in the company of Miss Sylvia Potter Porter.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Porter Potter.
Oh, it's a Potter Porter.
Well, I was close, wasn't I?
Mr. Frank Butler.
Bill, I don't know if this party was such a good idea. I'm worried sick that Annie might never want to see me again.
Forget about Annie, Frank.
It so happens this party is our last chance.
What do you mean?
It's time you heard the truth, Frank. We're broke.
I thought we were selling out at the garden.
Yeah, and every time we make a buck, this little man with a badge and a big black bag walks in and scoops it up.
What do they call that?
Ha! New York City.
But if we're so broke, how come we're throwing this expensive wingding for Buffalo Bill?
We need Buffalo Bill, Frank.
What do we need him for?
Their show made a fortune on the European tour. I'm trying to promote a merger.
That's terrific. Then me and Annie can pass things up.
Oh, really? Frank, where's your pride? All she's going to do is make a fool out of you again.
I gotta go put on my medals.
Colonel William F. Cody and Mr. Charles Davenport.
Well, if it isn't Pawnee Bill, my best friend and old sidekick. How are you, you old pirate?
Bill, you big bandit, it's great to see you.
Long time no see, Dolly. How's the running out on your friend's business?
I'm ravished to see you too, Charlie.
You know, Bill, seeing you here just gave me one heck of a crazy idea. Yeah, did you ever consider what a terrific idea would be if you and I were to combine our two shows?
Combine? That's a crazy idea, all right.
Dolly's right, Bill.
Of course I am.
On second thought, I'm not sure that's such a crazy idea.
Of course it is.
Why don't we go someplace, Bill? Let's have a drink. Let's talk this thing over.
Yeah.
No, wait!
I knew I'd pull it over, but how the heck did I do it?
Mr. Sitting Bull, Chief of the Sioux Nation, and his adopted daughter, Miss Annie Oakley.
Miss Oakley, enchanted. I have never seen so many beautiful medals. Wherever did you get them?
France, Russia, Germany. You're a friend of Frank Butler's, ain't you?
Why, yes I am. How did you ever know that?
Charmed.
Enchanted.
Enchanted.
Charmed.
Charmed.
Enchanted.
Enchanted.
Charmed.
Miss Oakley, delighted.
Oh no, you gotta either be charmed or chanted.
Oh, isn't she just heaven? I can't wait until Frankie meets her.
Frankie who?
Oh, why, Frank Butler, of course. Oh, he's just divine. Miss Oakley, I was wondering, could you shoot something for me?
Oh, I'd love to. You're just lucky I didn't bring my gun.
Oh.
You seen him yet?
Not yet.
Waiter, fetch the guest of honor's coat and throw her out.
Now, Dolly, let's not be so hasty.
What's going on? Is that our merger happening or not?
Not. Turns out they haven't got as much money as we haven't got. Come on, let's get out of here.
Hold on, Charlie.
Oh, Papa Bull, do something.
The two shows must come together. If Annie wants to be with Frank Butler, Annie will be with Frank Butler.
But there's no money, Papa Bull.
Sitting Bull no paleface with chest full of gold and jewels.
No fooling who?
You.
Me? You're saying I got a chest full of gold and jewels? Well, darned if I don't. But I can't sell all my medals. I just can't.
Without selling medals, no money for merger. With no merger, nobody merge.
Oh, but we gotta merge. There's too many white gloves around here and... Let me keep them on long enough for Frank to see. And then you can have them.
She's done it. She saved the show.
She saved both shows.
Shake, Bill. We're going to be partners
Sure,
again.
Bill. It's a pleasure.
Are you sure about this, Annie? We're talking about your entire bankroll.
Shucks, Charlie. I still got what I started with. Don't worry about me, Charlie. I'm doing just fine. Taking stock of what I have and what I haven't. What do I find? The things I have will keep me satisfied. Checking up on what I have and what I haven't. What do I find? A healthy balance on the credit side. Got no diamond, got no pearl. Still, I think I'm a lucky girl. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Got no mansion, got no yacht. Still, I'm happy with what I've got. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Sunshine gives me a lovely day. Moonlight gives me the Milky Way. Got no checkbooks, got no banks. Still, I'd like to express my thanks. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. And with the sun in the morning and the moon in the evening, I'm alright. Got no butler, got no maid. Still, I think I've been overpaid. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
She's got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
Got no silver, got no gold. What I've got can't be bought or sold. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
She's got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Sunshine gives me a lovely day. Moonlight gives me the Milky Way.
Got no heirlooms for my kin. Made no will, but when I cash in, I'll leave the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
She'll leave the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
And with the sun in the morning and the moon in the evening, I'm all right. Come on, ladies, come on. Go down. I'm a lucky girl. Got no butler, got no maid, still I think I've been overpaid. Got no silver, got no gold, what I've got can be bought or sold.
Got no yacht, still I'm happy with what I got. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Sun in the morning and moon at night. And with the sun in the morning and the moon in the evening, we're all right.
Sun in the morning and the moon at night. Possible I'm cold. Can I borrow your coat? You know, you should sing some.
Sitting Bull dancer, not singer. You sing to me.
Okay, okay. And with the sun in the morning
And the moon in the evening, we hear all
Don't move or I'll fall.
I ain't moving, never again.
I missed you terribly, Frank. I don't mind saying I missed you like I ain't never missed no one.
I miss you too, Annie. I don't mind saying it neither. Look at you all gussied up.
Satins and laces, just like you said.
What's that you got spilled on you?
All day cologne water.
Some pretty powerful stuff.
Better than gunpowder. So do I dazzle you, Frank?
Dazzle and then some.
Am I driving you crazy?
Plum loco. I love you, Annie.
I love you back.
I didn't like living without you.
Keep talking.
You're the only girl in the whole world.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna marry Annie.
You can stop right there.
We'll have an old-fashioned wedding, blessed in the good old-fashioned way. I'll vow to love you forever. You'll vow to love and honor and obey. Somewhere in some little chapel, someday when orange blossoms bloom, we'll have an old-fashioned wedding, a simple wedding for an old-fashioned bride and groom.
I want a wedding in a big church with bridesmaids and flower girls, a lot of ushers in tailcoats, reporters and photographers, a ceremony by a bishop who will tie the knot and say, do you agree to love and honor, yes, but not obey? I want a wedding ring surrounded by diamonds and platinum, a big reception at the Waldorf with champagne and caviar. I want a wedding like the Vanderbilts have, everything big, not small. If it's not that kind of a wedding, I don't want to get married at all. I want a wedding in a big church with bridesmaids and flower girls, a lot of ushers in tailcoats, reporters and photographers, a ceremony by a bishop who will tie the knot and say,
you'll vow to love and honor and obey.
yes, but not obey. I want a wedding ring surrounded by like diamonds and platinums. A big reception at the Waldorf with champagne and caviar.
We'll have an old-fashioned wedding,
not small.
a simple
It's not a big wedding. I don't want to get married at all. If it's not a big wedding, I don't want to get married at all.
All right, I hear you. What do you say we compromise?
What kind of compromise?
We'll do it my way. Annie, I'd like to give you something, sort of a pre-wedding present. You see these medals? I want you to have them.
Oh, I can't, Frank. I honestly, I can't take them.
Go on. A little jewelry will go good with that rig. Here, take it.
All right. Where will we put it?
Ah!
What are you waiting for, Frank? Put it on.
Where?
Oh, there's an itty-bitty space right here between France and Switzerland.
Why is that? You got a vacant lot right there.
Well, I didn't want to wear all my medals. Come on, Frank. What are you waiting for?
Mine are too plain. They ain't got any stones on them.
I got enough stones for the both of us.
Yeah, you surely do. All mine's got some writing on the back. To Frank Butler, champion sharpshooter of the world.
Is that the new world or the old world?
The whole world.
Well, I got all the E's that say you ain't.
They don't prove nothing.
All right. You want proof? I'll give you a hint. One of us ain't never lost yet. And it sure as heck ain't you.
If you're referring to that time in Cincinnati, that was just a fluke. Couldn't happen again in a million years.
Huh. Well, whatever a fluke is, it's going to happen again real soon. Charlie!
You mean you want to shoot it out?
Oh, you bet I want to shoot it out, Frankie. Charlie, go arrange it so as we can have a match.
We who?
Me and Potshot here.
A love match?
Ha!
Heck no, there is no love in a shooting woman. What a wife she'd make. Buckshot and cream for breakfast, clay pigeons for lunch, and gun butts and cabbage for supper.
You gotta have teeth to eat all that, and he ain't gonna have none.
Now, children, this is not the right spirit to have when we're getting ready to start working together again.
You can forget that notion. We ain't working together again or ever.
Not never.
Annie Oakley, you promised to back our show.
Oh, let her go, Bill. We don't need her. We never needed her.
You can't just all of a sudden call the merger off.
Everything's off except this here match. You're all invited to the massacre.
It'd be pretty funny if he massacred you instead now, wouldn't it?
Well, that there's just a pleasure you ain't gonna get, Ms. Tate.
We'll just see about that.
That dress sure had me fooled. For a second, I thought it was wrapped around a lady.
If and by lady you mean some lily-livered ragdoll that's just gonna lie down so as you can stomp all over her, that sure as heck ain't me.
Any fool could see that. Yeah, satins and laces. Women, am I right? She sure had me fooled. Instead of flitting, I'd be sitting next to her and she'd purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry.
Scene 7, Buffalo Bill's property room. I just don't know. Dolly Tate, what are you up to?
I just came in for a breath of fresh air.
What are you doing with Annie's gun?
Annie? You mean these are her guns?
Spit it out, Dolly. What are you up to?
I just had to remove something that had gotten into my eye.
With a pair of pliers?
Dolly Tate, up to no good.
You need to tell the truth for a change, Dolly.
I don't have to tell you anything.
Sitting Bull has many ways to make her talk,
You can't be serious.
but only one I can guarantee.
You better tell the truth for a change, Dolly. Come on.
I'm not telling you a thing.
All right, Chief. Now, are you sure you've done this before?
Only once to General Custer.
Go ahead. Do what you want. I'll never talk.
Come on, Dolly.
Do you think it's been easy for a woman, single and alone, to live in this crass, heartless world of grease paint and glitter? So go right ahead. Put me out of my misery.
Dolly, all we want to know is...
No matter what you do to me, you'll never get me to tell you that I was going to fix Annie's rifles so that she'd lose the match and leave, and I'd have Frank all to myself again. My lips are forever sealed. So do your worst. Violate me. Ravish me. I'm ready.
Dolly, I've always known you were a mean, bigoted, treacherous woman. But it wasn't until this very moment that I realized how very exciting you are.
I beg your pardon?
Exciting and attractive.
I beg your pardon?
And passionate. Dolly, wait, where are you going?
Well, to tell my baby sister that she's been right all along. Nothing should ever stand in the way of true love. No matter how sudden, unexpected, or weird.
Wait!
And as for that Indian husband of hers, I freely admit I might have misjudged that little original settler. I just hope the two of them will be as happy as we are, darling. Oh, we have so many plans to make, darling. The dressmaker for the trousseau, the engraver for the invitations. Oh, and then there's the caterer and the florist and the organist.
What the heck did I just do? I should have my head examined, right?
Sitting Bull Chief, not medicine man. The time has come to fix it, so Frank Butler never leave Annie again.
How are we going to fix that?
With good gun, Annie win match and lose Frank Butler. But if Annie lose match, she win Frank Butler. Frank Butler, like all white men, cannot be shown up by a woman.
So you're saying Indians are different?
No, Indians just the same. Dolly Tate have right idea for wrong reason. This time we fix guns.
Why, SB, you old SB, go to work. Scene 8, the contest. Strike the prop room.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a contest of straight shooting. 20 shots. Each contestant will take 5 shots at a time. The one with the fewest misses will be declared the winner.
Let's go ahead and get this here contest started. I got me a date in town in half an hour, which don't leave me much time to beat her.
Beat me? Little Jake, hand me all the medals that I won for being the best shot in the whole world. I bet all these medals up against your puny little tin badges.
You're on.
Annie, you don't need to bet away $100,000 like that.
What's the matter, Charlie? Afraid I'm gonna lose?
Yes, no.
Charlie will keep his mouth shut.
Little Jake, you hold the stakes.
Careful, mine's heavy.
Now, little lady, if you'll step up to the firing line, you can begin this here shooting match.
Oh, you can begin it. I'm gonna end it.
Is that so?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I'm gonna give you a lesson in marksmanship. You ain't never gonna forget.
You couldn't give me a lesson in long-distance spitting. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can get a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yeah.
So can a rat.
Anything you can sing, I can sing higher.
I can sing anything higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 How do you do that?
I'm a girl. Anything you can buy, I can buy cheaper. I can buy anything cheaper than you.
50 cents.
40 cents.
30 cents.
20 cents.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say softer.
I can say anything softer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can drink my liquor faster than a flicker.
I can drink it quicker and get even sicker.
I can open any safe.
Without being caught?
Sure.
That's what I thought, you crook.
Any note you can hold, I can hold longer.
I can hold any note longer than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. Where do you hold all that air? Oh, God.
Anything you can wear, I can wear better. In what you wear, I look better than you.
In my coat.
In your vest.
In my shoes.
In your hat.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say faster.
I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I can jump a hurdle.
I can wear a girdle.
I can knit a sweater.
I can fill it better.
I can do most anything.
Can you bake a pie?
No.
Neither can I.
Anything you can sing, I can sing sweeter.
I can sing anything sweeter than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes,
No,
I can.
All right, friends, let's begin the competition. Miss Oakley, you will start.
Paul!
Miss.
Paul!
Miss.
There must be something wrong with this here gun.
I didn't do it.
I can't bear to look.
Charlie will look.
Paul!
Miss. Annie, take your time.
What's the matter with me?
Here, honey, why don't you try my rifle?
No, Annie.
Did you just say, honey?
That's right, honey. And what do you say we start over? Those first couple of shots, I know what you were trying to do. You were trying to give me a handicap, but I don't need it.
And I don't need no favors.
Everybody needs a favor sometimes. Go on, take it.
Paul!
Hit.
Now you got your eye on it, Annie.
Paul!
Hit.
Keep it up, Andy.
Paul!
Hit.
Paul!
Hit.
Paul!
And hit. 5 out of 5.
Your turn, honey.
Paul!
Hit.
Paul!
Hit.
Paul!
Hit.
Paul!
Hit.
Paul!
And hit. 5 out of 5.
You better keep my rifle. It seems to brought you luck.
I don't need no luck off in you.
Oh, yes, you do.
Annie, better luck with this gun.
But that's the gun I missed with.
Do you remember when you said you can't get a man with a gun?
Sure, I remember.
You can get a man with this gun.
Oh, but I can't. Paul!
Miss.
Aw. Paul!
Miss.
Darn it. Paul!
Miss.
Aw, Paul!
Miss.
Shucks. Paul!
Miss. 0 out of 5.
I do declare Frank Butler the winner of this here match. I ain't the champion no more. I'm just second best. I might as well go home and hang up my gun.
What are you trying to pull off here? This wasn't no fair match and you know it.
You won. That's all.
Not yet I ain't. You had 10 shots, but so far I only had 5. I don't want no tainted victory. I got my reputation to protect. Bill? Paul!
Miss.
Paul!
Miss.
Paul!
Miss.
Paul!
Miss.
Paul!
Miss. 0 out of 5. The match is a draw.
What have you gone and done, Frank Butler?
Nothing. I missed, that's all. I guess the pressure must have got to me. So the only way we're going to see who's really the best is we got to be partners again.
Partners. Now that's got a nice ring to it. I can see it now. Oakley and Butler.
Butler and Oakley, alphabetical order. Remember, it's old show business rule.
Right, alphabetical order. Annie comes before Frank. I'm just fooling Frank. Butler and Oakley sounds just fine to me. Little Jake, bring me all them medals you've been holding. I promised I'd use these medals to stake the 2 bills to their new show. And I always intend to keep my promises.
Did you hear that, BB? The 2 shows are going to merge after all.
Bill, come shake my hand. We're going to be partners.
Sure,
Woo-hoo!
Bill, it's a pleasure.
Look at the 2 of them. You never guess they can't stand one another.
Oh, if we can live happily ever after, darling, so can they.
What you did, that was the nicest thing you'd ever done. And I love you for it. But if you hadn't have done it,
Yeah.
I'd have shot you right in your woo!
Well, that's the story I promised you. How Annie Oakley and Frank Butler lived scrappily ever after. And now there's nothing left for us to do except to walk off into the sunset.
They say that falling in love is wonderful.
It's wonderful. So they say.
And with the moon up above, it's wonderful, wonderful in every
Everyone on stage for balls.
1, 2,
There's no business like show business. There's no business like show business. There's no business like show business. Like no business I know.
the surprise presentations.
Now, we got 4 very special people in the house tonight. I think their names are Melinda O'Brien, Greg Cotton, Rusty King, and Emily Whitman, I think. I forget the names. Oh, she's somewhere. Why don't you come up here? Well, all of y'all. One of y'all back there. Hey. The girls have got something for you. Look at these guys. I think those little girls have got you something. Something like, yep. Shake your tails.
Oh no, really?
Oh. For me? These people have worked so hard for this, and I don't have anything else to say other than thank you so much for all your hard work and dedication. And everyone else who helped put this on, y'all are awesome. For real.
Let me tell you what, you know, we put this on, but behind the scenes, these guys have been here from the very start. Emily's our director, Greg makes the mics run and the sound, Melinda designed this whole stage, and then Rusty directed the entire orchestra, and it takes hours, and I'm so thankful for these people.
Oh, thank you.
Come on.
God bless.
All right. Well, let's go on.
There's no business like show business. There's no business like show business. There's no business like show business. Like no business I know.